You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to episode 271 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's your host Sean, and with me today we have a special guest. Her name is Melissa. This is her podcast debut. How the hell are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you here. I've been trying to get you on for a while. You and I have known each other since high school.
Yeah, just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Not that many decades ago at all. That's true. Yeah, so you're making your podcast debut. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, it's a little out of my comfort zone, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, most people find that the first few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'm not used to having an audience.
But there's no audience here right now.
That's true.
So that always helps.
That is so true.
Because we can edit and I'll do all kinds of things. Nobody's listening yet.
No.
So there you go.
Aside from
the pets that are surrounding us.
Yes.
And because this is your podcast debut, we thought we would start off with a nice light topic that is not too detailed, and we can just kind of run with it.
We're going to ease into it.
Yeah, for your first time.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the love of pets, the joy of pets, how pets help you in your life, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're just a great addition. They make everything better.
They seem to.
Yeah.
They can be stressful, though, at times, right?
They can. Like, my most recent trip to the vet, that was a little stressful.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, I decided, it wasn't my best choice I've ever made, but to bring both my cat and dog to the vet at the same time.
And how did that go?
Well, it started out, it was one of those days where the frost was so thick on the vehicle, and I have a car starter, but that morning when I went outside with both of my pets, realized it hadn't started. The car didn't start.
Oh no.
So my dog's fine in the car, but my cat was meowing his head off. Sounded like he was
being tortured, perhaps?
Being tortured, yes. So not only am I in a freezing cold car with my cat who hates being in the car, now I have to scrape the windows.
And if your car starter had been working, it would have been nice and toasty warm for them.
It would have been.
However, it was not.
It was not.
So that sounds like an ordeal. Even if it was the middle of summer, having a cat and a dog at the same time must be quite a challenge to take to the vet.
Yes, I've decided that in the future, that is not how I'm going to go about things.
Sounds like a wise idea.
I think so.
So how did it turn out?
It was okay. The vet was really good. I went there and they ended up taking them in at the same time. So that I had a little bit of a break. And actually I realized that when I turned the car off, that my cat was fine. Oh. Well, I wouldn't say 100%. But I think it must be the rumbling, the movement, and the noise of the car that upsets him.
So if the car is off and you're still, he's fine.
Yeah, he was a lot better anyway.
So the trip there and the trip back was eventful? Just a lot of meowing?
A lot of meowing, like get me out of here kinds of noises.
And he was in a cat carrier?
He was in the cat carrier, yeah. Yeah, I was glad to get home anyway.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's talk about the joy that these animals bring to your life.
Yes, well, I would say they just bring joy to every moment. They add to every moment. Where you could have an empty house, you're in it by yourself, but no other person is around. But when you have animals in it, it's just...
It brings a little bit of life.
It does.
That's what I always find. A house is missing something if there's no animal wandering around.
Yeah. When they're here, they're your entertainment, they're your companion. They're just fun to watch and, just nice to be around.
And the two that you have, they're hilarious.
They are.
We've got Charlie the cat and Max the dog.
Yeah.
And they get along great.
Oh, they do. At first, when I had Max first, and then I decided that when I was at work, I would like Max to not be alone. So that was my motivation to get Charlie. But really, having them both together, I couldn't imagine them being apart now.
No, and they're so well behaved. Like, I've had a lot of experience with cats and dogs both. And these two, now Max especially, I've never come across a dog that listens so well.
He's very good. And he wants the approval, I think, is his motivation. And he just wants the praise. And he really, when you tell him he's a good boy, you can tell he's thrilled.
Oh, for sure he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just wants to play and just spend all the time together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you can tell him where to go. Like, go pee in the backyard, and he'll go and do it.
Yeah.
Just get up on the bed, get off the bed, do this, do that. And it's like he actually knows everything that you're saying.
It is. Like the day that I went to the vet, these days they don't have the owner go in with the animal. They just take them in and then bring them out when they're done. So I didn't see what they were like inside, but when they brought Max back outside, the technician said that he was very well behaved. I guess he had told him to get up on the bed or on the table, and he jumped up on the table, told him to sit, and he sat, and it was just very well behaved. So I think they were happy to have him there. Nice, well behaved puppy.
Yeah, it seems everybody's impressed with good old Max. Mm-hmm. I had him over at my brother's house not too long ago, and I told Max to do something, and he did it. And my brother is like, he listened. What? He listens. I'm like, yeah, he'll do whatever I say. Mm-hmm. And he's like, wow, I've never seen a dog do that before.
Yeah, he's very well behaved, and he pretty much came that way. Like, I think when we got him from the Humane Society, I walked in there and I saw him in the cage, and we locked eyes, and it was like love at first sight. Aww. And I think he was just so appreciative to not be in there anymore. And I think it's just he just came that way, just the nicest personality and just the best dog ever.
How old was he when you got him?
6 months old.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. And he's a black lab mixed with something.
With something, yeah.
Hard to say what.
I say he's a big suck.
Yeah.
Lab and big suck mix.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Charlie.
Yes.
He doesn't listen to anybody, but he's a good cat. He likes to climb on your lap. He likes to rub up against your feet and pretty much flop in front of you when you're walking, so he trips you.
Oh, yeah. Going down the stairs is an adventure because he decides he's going to stop at the stair right before you, so you have to really watch. Make sure you have the light on when you're going down the stairs.
But he's cute.
He's super cute. He'll lay there on his back, and he flops his head back, and his teeth are sticking out, and he gets this cute look on his face, and he's just adorable.
And unlike most cats, he doesn't mind a good old belly rub or if you touch his feet.
No, he loves it, actually. He'll just lay there and let you do it. With a few nibbles on your fingers while you're doing it. But
yeah, true. But most cats don't touch their belly, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you pet his belly and you can hear him purring. Oh, yeah. You know, he's just so loud.
He's very loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what isn't loud?
What?
This promo for another podcast. Right here on
the ESO Network.
Attention, people of Earth! Looking for a way to kill half an hour every week?
Try the Flopcast,
It's a silly podcast about cartoons, music, comics, movies, obscure pop culture from the 70s and 80s, and chickens.
Join us. Bring coffee.
We're on the ESO network.
And we're at flopcast.net.
And we're back. And that was a great transition. It's almost like you've listened to several episodes of Soul Forge before.
I have.
You have, you say.
I do, yes, regularly.
And you've listened to other podcasts as well, you tell me.
I have, yeah. Just not too many, but from time to time, yeah.
Nice. Nice. And like we said at the beginning of the show, this is your podcast debut, and we're about the halfway point. How are you finding it so far?
Well, I mean, it's a little different. Like we've had a lot of conversations, but never been recorded at the time.
That
so
is true.
It's a little different. It's not your natural type of conversation, but
No,
I think
definitely
we're
not.
doing all right.
Of course we are. Because we're awesome and we can get through it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's right. So let's talk about other things that pets bring to your life. We've talked about the stress of the vet. We've talked about the joy and how good they are. What else do you find? Do you find any challenges having pets?
Well, because they are in the bed with me, I find that I am sandwiched between the two
I could see that.
in bed. So if I don't position myself well right to start, then there's no hope because I don't want to move them. I don't want to disturb them. They're too cute. And
Well, yeah.
so, yeah, if I don't have the covers just right, well, I guess that's how I'm staying for the night.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Max is a big dog, so he's probably pretty difficult to move.
Yeah, I mean, he will move if I ask him to. Well, he hesitates then because he's comfy, but I think, it's pretty nice that we're all snuggled in the bed together. So, but yeah, he's good, but once he's on those covers, they're not moving.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's actually sitting on the couch with us right now, just laying there, just hanging out, enjoying the people.
Yeah. See, for a podcast, he doesn't know that we're doing a podcast, but anytime I try to take his picture, he turns his head.
Yes.
It's like he knows I'm doing it, so he's like, no, I'm not ready for this.
But I have seen you take several pictures of him where he'll actually pose.
Well, I tell him to sit and stay, and then he will sit. Like, he's pretty good. I could probably get him, actually, I think I will get him to sit in front of this Christmas tree after we're done.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he would look pretty handsome.
Oh,
You've taken
definitely.
some pretty sophisticated photos of this dog in the past.
Well, we'll go for a walk, so then we'll get to the top of the hill, Finn Hill Hub Trail, and then I'll get him to get up on this. There's like a cement thing at the top, so he gets up there, and I take a nice scenic picture of him at the top. And, well, of course, we're, taking a rest from walking up the hill anyway, but it's my excuse to stop and have a rest for a minute.
Oh, for sure. Any excuse is a good one.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, he's really good. And then those blue chairs that they have around, I had him up on one of those too. That was a cute picture.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for non-local listeners here in Sault Ste. Marie, I guess, was it the town or was it a group in town decided to build some gigantic Adirondack chairs and just place them throughout the city?
Yeah, I think it was the city that did it. I don't exactly know which, but yeah, it's kind of nice. I think it was something they encouraged people to get outside, so they put them around and wanted people to try and find them and have their pictures with them, and
And you can fit like 3 people side by side on these chairs. They're
yeah,
so big.
They're really big. Yeah, they're nice though. I mean, they've done a really nice job with the hub trails and
Definitely.
different things around for people. So
Yeah, and this guy here certainly likes going for a stroll.
oh, he loves the hub trail.
And you don't want to say the W word because
No.
his ears will perk up and he'll want to go.
He'll be ready, and as soon as you say that W word, he's on. He's jumping up and down and all over you. He's ready to go.
So excited.
Yeah. But I'll take him to the hub trail, and there's so many, I say sniffs. There's so many sniffs for him. See, he likes to sniff everything, so he's all over the place. And it's not a very fast walk because, he's
You got to stop and smell the roses every 2
He's
minutes.
got to check everything out.
Of course.
So,
That's what they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a nice walk and gets me out. And so even now in the winter, it's kind of, you don't always want to be outside, but he motivates me to get out and go for a walk. And
So he's good for your mental health and your physical health.
exactly, yeah. Charlie, on the other hand, right now he's off, who knows where.
He does his own thing, doesn't he?
He does his own thing, but actually he's a big cat, but he can move.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy,
Oh, he is.
but he's fast.
I always tell people if they come and visit that if they want to pick him up, they have to sign a waiver
Of course.
before they pick him up.
Might get a hernia. Yeah,
Something.
I've picked him up. He's heavy.
He is heavy. Actually, when we were at the vet said that he had to switch food because he gained 5 pounds.
Wow, eh?
Yeah. So we switched food, and maybe I need to play with him a little bit more. But he'll run around. Like, he occupies himself pretty much.
Yeah, I've seen it. He runs around. He plays with his little toys.
And him and Max play, and
Oh,
I guess. See, one thing about Max is he's very jealous. If we talk about his brother Charlie, he gets jealous. Like, what about me?
Yeah. Do you
Which
want to
maybe
say?
what
Do you want to say hi to the people?
Maxie, speak,
No.
speak,
Say something.
Maxie, speak.
No.
No,
Sometimes he will.
maybe he knows he is on a podcast.
Hey, this is your podcast debut, Max. What do you think about that?
Maxie, do you want to say hi on the podcast?
He doesn't know.
He's thinking about it.
He's certainly thinking about it.
He's taking as long to be on a podcast as I did.
Well, yeah. There's that. It's been a while to get you here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you are, and you're doing great. So
Oh, thanks.
we're welcome. So, is there anything you would tell the listeners about pet ownership that they should be aware of, or is there anything? Would you ever get more than 2 pets at a time? Would you only have one?
People have suggested, like, you know how when they put posts on, oh, there he's saying, are you saying hi?
He's whistling anyway.
Maxie, speak. Speak. No, his tail's going crazy, but
It is.
oh, well, people have asked me, they'll see a post on Facebook and it'll be for an animal who needs a home. And which I would love to have more animals, but these two are so good together. I feel like I'm afraid that if I get another one, that it'll just be chaos. It'll like upset this nice
Balance.
going here.
There would be a disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the two of them are so good together, and except for the whining.
Yeah, there's a lot of whining.
His
Hey, Max,
I think he's not getting enough attention.
are you not getting enough attention?
We're talking about you.
Is that Max? Who's a good boy?
Who's nice? Oh, your tail's going. Oh, and he does this thing. I call it cute and stretchy, where he stretches down because he knows I like it. Yes.
He's a big show-off.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I don't think I'd want another one.
No, that makes sense.
As much as I'd like more animals, but I just, when I'm at work or,
True, and- yeah.
they're really good together, so I don't want to disturb that.
And have you always had pets?
For as long as I can remember, I remember having cats mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was more in my adult life that I've had a few
Okay.
dogs now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I grew up with cats
Yeah.
all throughout my childhood. We had some random dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, Max. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. You're about ready for us to be done, aren't you?
Yeah, it looks like he needs to go for his stroll or maybe have some dinner or something.
Yeah, he lets me know when he needs something here. Actually, one thing he doesn't do is let me know when he needs to go out. He just stands quietly at the back door,
Yeah,
waiting for me to notice that he's standing there.
and I think he would just stand there and stand there.
I think, well, maybe eventually whine, but sometimes I'm like, where is he? Oh, yeah, I guess he needs to go out. He's standing at the back door.
Yeah, because he's so quiet.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, but one thing I would tell people, I have this friend who had a cat for years and years, and then the cat passed away, which was very sad, and she didn't want another pet. But as much as it's sad when they go, they just bring so much joy to every moment. I was trying to get her to get another pet because it really fills the moments, you know.
It does. It does. They bring a lot.
Yeah. So that's what I would tell people is get a pet.
Yeah. Get a pet.
Get a pet.
Yeah, because I've lived by myself and not had a pet, and the house just seems like it's missing something.
It is. It's not the same. Not the same.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah. So anything else we should talk about pets before we sign off for the night?
What is the only thing that came to mind is Bob Barker, have your pet spayed or neutered.
Yes. Help control the pet population.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's true. That would have been a good and remember, but I've got something else for that here. So.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So that's been our discussion about pets. That's been your first time on the podcast, episode 271.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Was it okay?
Yeah.
Think you'd like to come back one of these days?
Sure.
Awesome. We will be sure to have you back again. But until next time, listeners, take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, this year, instead of worrying about what's under the tree, just be grateful for who's still here to be around it. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a Valley of Vanderloo podcast production, all rights reserved.
This transmission ends now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.